Look at that. The world can see us.
Hey. I'm just making sure that do you guys see us online? Um,
I'm gonna pull it up on my.
Yeah, we're right here. Yep, we're right here. All right, cool. So what's up, everybody? This is Justin from Just Bless Media, and I got none other than real estate's finest from Real Estate Matters, Jesse Barnes. And then I got a good friend of mine, Limual Starkie from Definite Marketing. And we're here to talk about some real estate stuff. Hey, what's up, Jesse?
How's it going, fellas? How we doing?
We going. Man, I'm excited, man, to be on here with you guys because there's a lot of things going on, like, a lot of talk about real estate, and it gets me kind of upset because I'm like, yo, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Like, so we got somebody from like the marketing end, the consumer end, Limual Starkie, and then we got Jesse Barnes right here, who's absolutely crushing it. How many listings you got right now, Jess?
Active right now, I have about 6 because I can't keep them from selling. I've scheduled probably 6 open houses in the last 3 weekends and had to cancel all of them because the houses are just going under contract that quickly.
Wow.
But before we get into it, man, pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I'm excited to talk shop with you guys and change the world.
Absolutely. And Starkie, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Definite Marketing and then what you do as well? Because we're right now what we're doing, guys, is we're just having a couple different opinions and we're just having a conversation, just talking about real estate. You know why? Because real estate matters, right, Jess?
That's true.
No, that's right. Well, first off, thanks for having me on here today. Really excited to be able to participate and just to absorb the information. My man Jesse started off with some fire right off the bat, talking about how the listings, they just can't stay on the board. So that's always good news to hear. A little bit about me and Definite Marketing. Marketing company, primarily what we do is our goal is to help and to allow businesses or individuals, promote their brand, their image, on a garment. The reality is the best billboard is the one that moves around. So we try to, stay in front of people and help them to do that in the most creative ways. We help from inception to actually, production.
Awesome. With my new JBMTs, shout out Definite Marketing. And then you guys know me. I'm Justin from Just Bless Media. We're doing some amazing things. One of my partner companies is Definite Marketing. Shout out to AB Designs. We're really we're in the forefront of a lot of great things happening. But then it's a mindset thing. We were talking about this before we went live. There's a lot of negativity too on like different things like the real estate market. And me being a real estate agent, on this end, I'm noticing that there's so many people talking negative about, oh, it's not a good time to buy. And, I'm going to wait for the inventory to come and, it's going to all clear up and everything's going to be all right. And, the truth of the matter is it's not going to happen like that because we're in the midst of a hot market and this market is on fire. Like our one video with Jesse. And so Jesse, I just wanted to debunk some myths right now about what do you say to people who say this is not a good time to buy? Coming from somebody who's active with listings and buyers. I know because I'm the video guy and I see you in action. I see you're taking life by the balls right now. Like, yo, this market's hot. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So give us a little bit of insight about where you're at, your mindset, and how you deal with your clients right now.
Yeah. All great, valid points, and certainly have heard that myself from consumers, from other agents. So, it is an idea that's out there. It's not one that I agree with. I think that it is a great time to buy. I think it's the right time to buy. My motto that I've lived my real estate career by is that life happens and real estate happens around it. So right now, what we're seeing is a bunch of people who need real estate. They need to buy houses, and it's created somewhat of an issue with supply and demand. And it's turned itself into a very heavily seller's market, right? You have more buyers out here than we do sellers. A lot of times you'll hear people react to that negatively and say, well, given that, it's not a good time to be a buyer. And I can certainly appreciate that concern and that attitude because it's understandable. The reality, though, is there's no better time to buy than today. If you have the stomach to be out and buy a house in a competitive market, which is what today is, you need to buy today for a couple reasons. One is because the interest rates are amazingly low. Okay, we don't know how long this will last, and eventually they're going to go up, and your buying power is going to go down consequently. Okay, so that's a very easy one. The interest rate is low right now, historically low. It's time to take advantage of it. The second reason that I think right now is the absolute best time to buy is because I've been hearing for the last year straight that this is a terrible time to buy. Well, the people who bought a year ago are doing much better than the people who are buying today. The people who are buying today are doing much better than the people who are going to buy in a year. Right now, we are setting the market. With every property that sells, equity is being given to somebody who bought yesterday. And tomorrow, when somebody buys, the person who buys today will have equity. The market is being created as we speak. And if you're not in it, then you're going to get next year's prices based on today's market. And you better believe that they're going to be higher next year. So I do think, and it's just one humble guy's opinion, that it might not be as competitive next year as it will be this year, but the pricing will certainly be higher. So if you're thinking about buying, you need to get off of the sideline and get into the market because you're only going to pay for it next year, literally and figuratively.
Awesome. Great insight. And now let me hear from a consumer's end, Starkie. What are you hearing right now? Because I know we've had a similar conversation and you gave some insight, which was, kind of similar. Why don't you give me a little bit of where your mindset's at about right now? Especially being in the marketing industry, dealing with a lot of real estate agents, where's your mind at with all of this?
Well, I agree with Jesse 1000%. The market is being set. So to say that now is not a good time to buy, it's kind of foolish unless you're just not prepared to buy. Just say that. Don't say it's not a good time to buy. Say I'm not prepared to buy.
Big facts. Big facts.
That's really the reality. Either I'm prepared to buy or I'm not. And that's actually one of the questions that I have for Jesse, later, because I know that there's a lot of myths that you have to have. There's certain realities that obviously that someone needs to be able to check off certain boxes to purchase a house. But there's also some myths out there that like, oh, I got to have a 800 credit score, or you guys. I mean, you would know it better than some. And I was telling Jess that it would be a good idea to talk about some of those things because there are so many people. When I purchased my first house, unfortunately I lost it through a divorce. But I plan to buy again soon. There was a lot of myths then. People, you shouldn't buy. You got to wait 10 years. And I had a whiteboard that's, I had a goal for 10 years. 5 years I'm going to buy a house. Well, I bought a house in 6 months just by having it on my whiteboard. And so I would love to hear, some of those myths addressed, for people.
I think you hit it on the nose, that the reality of a lot of times what people say, they're objections, but they're not real objections, right? So part of what I believe my job to be is to get to the heart of the matter, right? So if somebody tells me that that now is not the right time to buy, I got to dig deeper. I got to find out, why do they think that? Is it because they truly believe the market is a place that they shouldn't be in, which I explained earlier and we all agree is incorrect? Or is there something else going on and they're just maybe not ready, maybe not financially ready, maybe not emotionally ready, maybe their lease isn't up yet, whatever it may be. But I agree with you 100% that a lot of times the objections that we get are mostly fear or excuses coming to the surface. So we try to figure out what exactly is going on underneath the surface. To answer your question about, what does it take from a financial perspective to be ready to purchase? It's a hard one to answer because there are so many different loan programs out there. There are so many different grant programs out there. There are so many different avenues to purchase a house. So the most common one is what most people know about, which is you need 20% down, you need a great credit score, and a lender will give you a loan. That is not the case at all. That is one of infinite amount of possible ways to purchase a property, right? I know people who purchase cash. I know people who purchase with zero cash out of pocket, do seller financing. I know some people who put as little as 3% down, 5% down, 20% down. There are 30-year loans. There are 20-year loans, 15-year loans, 8-year loans.
Wow.
There are personal financing options. There's renovation loans. There's everything under the sun. So the first thing I would say is there is tons of information at our fingertips, and the general consumer knows more today than they knew yesterday, and knows more this year than they knew 10 years ago, and so on and so forth. But consult a professional who's in that field, right? If I'm going to decide to market a t-shirt, yeah, I can Google it and I'll YouTube a little bit just to have like a basic understanding, but you better believe I'm hitting you up to figure out what's really going on and how to do it and what the right way is. If I'm going to produce a video for some of my listings or some of my real estate stuff, I might have an idea of what I want to do, and I might YouTube and Google and, you know, take a look at some other videos, but you better believe I'm hiring Justin to do it for me because I don't know what I'm doing. And so a lot of times consumers will act like it. Let's see right there. So, you know, it's not like there's no one answer to that question. There's no one way that you need to buy a house. The way that you bought your house is probably, and I'm willing to bet $100 on this, is probably different than the way that I bought my house. Right. Okay, but understand that there are tons and tons of ways to get into a property. Whether you have a 500 credit score, no credit score, 850, anywhere in between, there is a path for you. And it's just a matter of figuring out what the paths, multiple, plural, are for you. And I would say contact a realtor, contact a lender, contact a professional in that field to figure out what makes the most sense.
So Jesse, would you say being realtors, like basically it's on our job to educate our clients in a way that they understand so that they can have the capacity in how they think? Because I kind of feel like it's like this is that like poverty mentality is real. And if you grow up around that type of mindset, that's what you're going to be. If you don't have anybody pumping vision, pumping reality, pumping truth into you, then you're never going to follow that truth because you're stuck. And I feel like a lot of times it has to do with the mindset, because I'm going to tell you this right now, mark my words, in a year from now, I'm going to have a house. You know what I mean? I'm going to own my house in a year from now. Why? Because I believe it. I believe it. And the other thing is, I know I have some solid people on my team like you. You know, everybody that's watching, I call him Coach Jesse for a reason, because he's in this thing and he knows and has a lot of different insight and how different things could potentially work if you do it like this or do it like that. And it's like, it's amazing to be around winners. You know, it's amazing to be around people that have the mentality. And I think it's our job, you know, especially as business owners, entrepreneurs, you know, to be able to, you know, never look down unless we're given a hand up. So even my mindset has to change sometimes, because I look at other people like, why do you think like that? And it's not their fault. They're not informed because they're not exposed to the current, the truth right now. And I think that, you know, especially me being a real estate agent, it's kind of hard because like I just got somebody that was pre-approved for, you know, almost $250,000, and I wanted some insight on like to not bust his bubble, this individual's bubble, on what they want and what they desire. How can I present it in a way? Like, how have you been working with your clients? How have you been presenting it and being realistic and kind of like being how are you remaining authentic when your clients, when you know that your client's offer may not get accepted? If you could, please give me some insight, because I'm dealing with some things right now that I'm like, man, I need to call Coach. So go ahead, Jeff.
Well, so I feel like I'm going to give you the coaching title right there, because that was inspiring, man. The energy and the things you're saying there are super real, and I'm pumped up.
Come on.
We talk about it all the time, Justin, like the law of five, right? The people you associate with most, you become an average of them. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people, ideas, things that inspire you to be a better person. And I always say, I want to be better tomorrow than I am today.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm always trying to learn, and I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as learning, and learning is awesome. Learning is growth. And yes, I do communicate with all my clients as best as I can. I put in my email signature coach before I put in realtor, because I don't look at myself first as a realtor. I look at myself first as an advisor, as somebody who's trying to educate and inform and give as much information as I can so that the consumer can make the best decision that they can. How do I stay authentic with people when I know something bad might be down the pipeline? It can be challenging, but communication for me is the most important thing. You know, you just can't go wrong with telling the truth. And so if bad news is bad news, it is what it is. I mean, I wish it weren't the case, but it's going to happen, you know? And like I said, failure is not failing, it's learning. So I just try to be as communicative as I can. I try to explain the context of how things can come to be. You know, I have a buyer under contract now, and the home appraisal was significantly undervalued. And you know, they're heartbroken. They're saddened by this, because the reality is, more than likely, they're not going to be able to purchase the home that they've fallen in love with, that they've shown their parents, that they've brought their kids to, that they've shown all their friends online. And all of a sudden, one person in this equation has decided, you know, in my opinion, incorrectly, but has decided that they think its value is significantly less, like significantly. And you know, it's a hard conversation to have, but you just have to be communicative the whole time, explain the situation, do your best to try to make it better. But at the end of the day, as long as you're doing your best and you're being truthful, I feel like I can hold my head up high. And I feel like my clients understand and respect that look, there are some things that are out of our control, right? What offer the seller decides to take isn't really in our control. So as long as we do the best we can, we shouldn't have any regrets.
Man, that's some great feedback. Stark, where are you at with all of this, man? Give us some insight of your thought process right now.
No, again, I just you know, I appreciate Jesse's answer, because I think, you know, in this context, I would, you know, speak as a consumer. And you know, the last thing I would want is someone beating me around the bush and, you know, not shooting it straight. You know, the truth hurts, but it's necessary. You know, if there's a bridge that we got to cross, and I'm afraid of bridges and heights, you know, but I have to cross it to get to where I need to get to, then I want to be prepared before I get to the bridge. I don't want to get to the bridge and then have to, you know, you know, get my guts in order or whatever it is that needs to take place. You know what I mean? So now you have to, and if you could put that question up just one more time again. What was it?
Yeah,
again?
no problem.
That's a great analogy, the bridge. I love that.
How do you remain authentic when you know your client's offer may not get accepted? Okay, great. Yeah, so you know, just as a sales starting out as a sales professional, coach and trainer, the key is that people buy from people they like. If you lie to me, if I lied to you, you're not going to like me. You see what I'm saying? So we have to just, you know, be authentic. You know, we have to explain things, set the right expectations, and listen. Whether if it's a matter that's going to kill the deal, then, you know, as a professional, we always want to, you know, be prepared for things of that nature. But even if it's going to kill it or not, we just have to accept it, because that one lie or that one deception could destroy your most valuable asset, which is your integrity. Once your name is, once your integrity is done, then you're done. So, you know,
and especially from like a sales aspect, because nobody really wants to be sold. They want to be valued and they want to have relationship. So
they want to make a decision.
Exactly. And I'm saying this with a grain of salt because, my client might even be watching right now, and I'm doing this for your interest, buddy. No, but seriously, like, I want to be able to genuinely help people because, like, to be even on this stage with you guys, like, to take it all the way back, Starkie is one of the first people that trained me in sales and, marketing. And I'll never forget because he believed in me and he cared about me as an individual. And that's why he's on here today, because we still have that bond and that relationship, because when you connect with people and you actually care for their well-being, it's a whole different ball game. And like, I've started to like, I'm doing a lot of different branding and stuff with my social media and all that type of stuff. And, the only slogan I could come up with is like, do you want a realtor that actually cares about you more than the purchase? And I feel like in this industry, it's a cutthroat industry. And I feel like there's a lot of people that's out there for the commission. And that's why I want to be like as educated as I can. I want to be ahead of the curve as much as I can. That way my clients can benefit from it and know that, hey, my agent tried their best. They were there for me. They were honest with me. And that's why I wanted to ask someone like you, Jesse, that you're in the mix right now. You know what I mean? You're getting your deals accepted, because back to the mindset thing, there's a whole bunch of people crying about, oh, my deals aren't getting accepted. I'm working for free. Well, listen, if you want to come into entrepreneurship, you got to get used to working for free, because it's not about the dollar. It's about the relationship. Are y'all feeling me today? I'm on fire, man. I'm feeling good. No, but seriously, man, and if you came into this industry just for the money, I did too. I'm not going to lie, but, I feel like our clients deserve to have, them put first, other than, the transaction being closed. You know what I mean?
I think that it's so clear that in any sales industry, whether it's cars or homes or technology, anything, the best ones are the ones who care about their clients, right? Who listen.
Absolutely.
And whatever problem, try to help solve it and care. Yep. Right. And everything else comes second. And, I joke with my agents all the time, like, we are a therapist, we're an advisor, we're a financial advisor, we're a networking connection. We are all these things. And then somewhere down at the bottom of the list, there's realtor. But before we even get there, there's so much more. And it's because of that. This is no sales is a small decision on a consumer's mindset, right? So it's not easy, and it's something that they have to be educated. But if you care, you're going to do well. The best ones always do.
I think you just made a great point too. No sale is small, but a house purchase is the largest purchase someone's going to make.
Largest.
So, you really want to be, highly involved and in tune with what the customer wants and needs.
Yep. Absolutely.
Good point.
So now we're on to the next question that I had, because the one desire that I have, and I'm definitely not there yet, but I put the cart before the horse a lot of times. But, I want to be able to appeal, as far as in the real estate industry, me personally, I want to appeal to new agents, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are in this industry that they're not willing to put their hand down and lift up. And that's why I thank God for my team and I'm a part of the best team, Remax affiliates, baby. Get with us. There's so much going on, but the culture and the community of just me being newer and coming in is like, I got nothing but love and being accepted. So I want to be able to repay that favor to other agents that are coming in and, want to blow their head off, because it's like, oh my God, how many more emails am I going to get with onboarding? You know what I mean? So it's like, other than just being a new agent in the real estate industry, you then have this market that's hard to predict. Everything's case by case basis. You don't want to let clients down. You don't want to lie to them. You know what I mean? But you got to be honest. So it's like, what piece of advice as a seasoned agent, as a coach, as a general manager, as a team leader, would you give to the new agent? Let's say it's their first week on the job. I actually, one of my business partners, their wife is taking their exam soon. Shout out to Yvonne Bishop. You're going to crush it. Don't worry. You're going to crush it. Shout out to her, her husband, AB Designs. Listen, let's get it. But, what piece of advice would you have for someone like that? They're about to take their test. They're about to come into this market. What would you say to them?
First, I'd say congratulations on investing in themselves, because
Come on.
awesome move. Real estate has changed my life. I was in a normal 9 to 5, and I took a leap of faith, and it's changed my life for the better. So I would first say, good for you. The second thing I would say is success leaves clues. So find somebody and shadow them. Buy them a cup of coffee. Ask them if you can tag along to a showing. Ask them what their advice would be. Ask them if you can go on a listing appointment, an open house. Ask them if you can follow them around for a day and see what their activities are. And you'd be surprised how many people, at least in our brokerage for sure, but I think generally, people want to help. If they can, people will help. I believe that. So my advice would be to reach out to other people who are doing what you want to do and ask if they can help you, because success leaves clues, right? You don't have to recreate the wheel here. All of the activities that I'm doing have been done before me. All of the activities that the best salespeople are doing, they've all been done before. So you don't need to recreate the wheel and start from scratch. Ask for help, shadow other people. And, and one of the things for help would be ask what people failed at, and I would also say that a big thing just from a mindset perspective is if you see somebody and, they're doing really well and you aspire to be similar to them in any fashion, instead of asking them how they do it, ask them why they do it. A really interesting answer, right? It's bigger than just how, right? I can show you how I can type, but why am I typing what I'm typing?
Right.
Show you how I communicate to clients. Why am I doing it that way? I think that's gonna elicit a better answer and give you some more knowledge.
Nice. And with that being said, wow, that was huge. I get a lot of kind of like friction with me as an individual and kind of like my intermediate circle, because they think I'm doing too much sometimes. I'm being totally transparent with you guys because I trust you guys that are on this call with me. I appreciate you guys. I look both of you as coaches, as mentors, as friends, as brothers. And like for me, I've been at that place where you've just been saying, and it's like, you won't understand my why. You won't understand what I've been through. You won't understand my drive because you haven't been where I've been. So what you just said is real key, because like my why, your why, our why as individuals is so huge, and it's really a telltale sign of how we're going to carry out our success, if we're going to be determined enough to go after it. Because the other thing is people don't ever want to start. So I don't have a slide for this one. This is off the fly. But what would you say, Jesse, to the aspiring entrepreneur that just doesn't want to start because of fear, because of, not feeling like, they don't know, they want to test the waters. And like, just for me, for an example, being an entrepreneur, starting Just Blessed Media, legitimizing it, getting LLC, getting everything legit, like that was a huge step for me, man. And it had to take someone like you, Jesse, that wanted to invest in my company, because, the first thing you said to me was, well, what's your company name? And like, it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I'm like, wow, man, this guy actually cares about my vision, not just me. And as entrepreneurs, and kind of like my whole vibe with Just Blessed Media, it's all about cross marketing. That's why we're all on here. Cross marketing, cross networking. I want to get across to your people. I want you to get across to my people. I want all this stuff to just mix together somehow. And within the community of entrepreneurs, if we support one another, it could be a huge payout in the long run if we really like keep investing in one another. So I just want to say, as a new entrepreneur in this space, I appreciate you, Jesse, and even Starkey, because yo, if you're watching this and you're an entrepreneur, like please comment, hit me up, let me know that you feel this, because if you're like, yo, if you haven't cried at least 3 times this week and you're an entrepreneur, you're not an entrepreneur. Kick rocks. Like, I had to call my man Starkey, like, yo, bro, I don't know what's going on. He's like, what? Talk to me. I was like, I don't even know what I'm talking to you about. I'm gone. He's like, bro, like, what? You're not making sense. And it's just because the growing pains, me and Jesse was talking about it as well. The growing pains, it hurts, but it's necessary. So I know I kind of like talked a whole bunch, but yes, what would you say to that aspiring individual that wants to walk into entrepreneurship, real estate, whatever the case may be? What piece of advice would you give them?
Just do it. Just do it. I mean, it's that simple. It's something that is not easy, and whatever excuses they're making in their heads, they have to get rid of them. I mean, you just do it. You know, people often overestimate what they can get accomplished in a year, but underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that in your circle, you're surrounded by a lot of negative thoughts and naysayers. But that's a very common reality for entrepreneurs, is that people around them who love them, who are scared for them, will tell them that it won't work.
Yep.
And they have the best intentions in their heart, I think. They want to protect you, but they don't know how to protect you, and they only know what they know, and so they tell you it can't work. You know, it's interesting. I think that the people who believe, like, nobody's going to believe in you and your vision the way that you are. And at the same time, nobody's going to criticize and doubt what you're going to do more than you are. So
right.
you have to let go of that. You have to invest in yourself. You have to trust your vision. Understand that it takes hard work. It's nothing in this life is easy. You have to go get it. But like I talked about in the very beginning, if you put your best foot forward and give it your all, no regrets.
Right.
Awesome. Starry, let me hear what you got to say, because you were the one that introduced me to entrepreneurship, sales, and that go-getter mentality. Like, honestly, like, you know, like, it is what it is. But you were the one. You know, I was introduced to it before, but so many insecurities and things within my own self that I was like, man, this ain't for me. This is for the birds. And I remember you were patient with me, you worked with me, and you were like, no, bro, you're going to crush it, whatever you decide to do. And then from there, our relationship has just been, yo, what you got going on? Yo, what you got going on? Like, let's get it. So what do you got to say to the aspiring entrepreneur that calls you at 9 p.m. crying like, brother, help me? No, I'm just playing. That was me, guys.
I mean, like the first thing that I think that's important for anybody when making any life-changing decision is to count the cost. The count the cost, like go into it with, a real understanding of what it's going to take to get where you aspire to be at. I love Franklin Covey's, one of his principles, begin with the end in mind, where you go in, you take an evaluation of what you would like to see the end result be, and then you build every step backwards so that you know where to start from. And then that way you have a blueprint and a plan to move forward. You can't be afraid to ask for help where it presents itself. And just be ready for the bruises, man, because I'll say it like this. My experience in entrepreneurship has been a beautiful roller coaster. Beautiful
up and down, baby.
Up and down. But also, I've learned so much. I've grown so much as a man, as a husband, as a business owner, just even in the way that I interact with my customers. Like, in the beginning, I looked at a customer like a dollar sign. Now it's like, this is a partnership. I love my customer. I look for things that I can do for them outside of the scope, outside of what they're asking for. Like, So I work with a lot of mechanics and, small business owners. So like, they might call and ask for like some t-shirts and hoodies or some decals for their windows or something like that. I'm making magnets and, I'm getting them stickers and, all types of stuff just as an added benefit, because the reality is that if they grow, then I grow. You see what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
for the aspiring business owner, go in knowing it, doing some research before you go in, ask questions, watch some Google videos, and ask more, do some research with your competition. Like there's a strategy to all of this. And, just go on counting the cost. That's to me, that's the main thing. Count the cost so that when you hit that road, when you hit those multiple roadblocks, you already, what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You got a reserve in the tank. So you was already expecting it. So it's no surprise. Have you ever got hit and, have you ever been in a fight and were surprised that you got hit? Nah, you was expecting it. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same way with every aspect of life. If we go in knowing exactly what to look for, well, not exactly, but because it's always those rankings. You know what I mean? Just count the cost. Count the cost.
Listen, man, listen, I love both the insight. We talked about some really good things. We talked about the real estate industry and the market and what's going on right now. And then we talked a little bit about entrepreneurship. And I think the common denominator in all of this, regardless if you're a consumer or an agent, if you're 9-to-5 worker, an entrepreneur, is the mindset and the why. So before we get off real quick, I want to go around and I want to know your guys' why, because, we're talking about what's your why. And I'll tell you guys know I'll tell you because I talk too much. But, you guys are on here because I value what you guys have to say. And Jesse, I know you have kids. I know you have a wife. You have a beautiful family. Got a new dog. What's up? We gonna get him in the video or what? Like, so I want a little bit of insight on your why. Like, why? Like, because when I look at you, I see somebody that's very, very on point, very clear in what he wants, and very driven. And I am curious to know, why is that? Like, you told me before when I first met you, you came from being a math teacher. So the transition to real estate, like you said, it changed your life. I'm so excited because real estate is already changing my life. From my career as an agent to my other business picking up, it's everything I could ever ask for, man. And but I would really like to know someone like you, of your caliber, your why.
Yeah, it's great to hear that you're so excited about it, man. It's your life. You have no clue how much it's going to change and for the better. I'm excited for that. You answered it in a way. My family is ultimately my why, right? I want to be able to stand tall next to them and have them be proud of me. The way that I do that is by making sure that I'm open, upfront, honest, educating with my clients. And I know that I'm working hard so that I can instill good work ethic with my kids. And so I can be proud at the end of the day of what I've done that day. So ultimately it's my family, and the way that I can be proud while standing with my family is by working hard and doing things that are helping other people is really fulfilling for me. So if I can make somebody's life change for the better, whether that be teaching them how to be a better agent or a better salesperson or having a better mindset or selling a house that they need to sell or getting them upgrading their house or getting them out of a situation they can't handle. Like you're talking about, Starkie, like more than just the sale, it's helping, right? If I can do that for people, I feel fulfilled. And if I feel fulfilled, I can stand next to my family proud, and I can try to make them proud of me, and I can try to make sure that they're inspired by the things that I do, because I know I'm inspired by the things that they do all the time. So it's my family.
It's awesome.
Stark you up, baby.
Man, my why has evolved over the years. As mentioned before, it began as just a means to money. Now I don't even value money the way that most do. I value relationships. And my why today really is more so centered around my family. As you know, I have a large family, a blended family. Me and my wife, we have 12 children.
Come on.
From our previous marriages, and we have one together. And my why is I want to be able to leave an inheritance, something that no matter what goes on in this life outside of the tribulation, my children being able to have something, a home that they can come to, a business, a brand that they can learn, manage, and grow. Something that is not dependent upon, so much, upon, like, I started out in telecom, with Comcast and AT&T, and, and the problem with those types of things is that as they change their scope of business, the people below are affected. So I wanted something that's organic, something that isn't attached to something outside of our control. So like selling houses, that's a beautiful engine that you can use. So that's my why, man. I just want to make sure that I set something aside and that I have an engine that my children can jump into and keep pushing no matter what takes place in this life, because things take place in this life.
Amen,
Absolutely.
man. That's beautiful, man, to hear two of my leaders, my mentors, to see what they have to say. And real quick before we get off here, man, if anybody's watching and you're liking the content, if it's resonating, hit us up, let us know, so that way we could do this more. It's not going to be hard to get us on here, but it's going to be hard to reach you if you don't let us know that you want to be reached. So I know my why is, like, man, I was tore up from the floor up. I was busted and disgusted. I was beat up from the feet up, wrecked up from the neck up. I had no purpose, no vision. I thought stuff was just going to fall in my lap, and it left me miserable, and it left me addicted to drugs and substances and lost. And I never thought I was going to get out of it, man. So to be in a place where I'm a professional now, I am a real estate professional, and I could say that with dignity because I put in the work, and I'm still putting in the work. Because back to what Jesse was saying about, a hint or tips and tricks for new agents, I did that with Jesse, and that's why I have that relationship with him. I seen where I can add value, and I said, hey, bro, I'm here. Look, let's do it. Like, you want to do videos? Like, yeah, you already know. Like, let's go. And like, it just really turned into, that's really just who I am. I'm just an excited individual about life because of the things that God brought me from and the places where I was. Because like now being a real estate agent, being a business owner, like, having an LLC puts a different ring to it. You know what I mean? Having, different partners and companies that you're networking with. And it's like, man, I have dignity now in the way I present myself, the way I talk to people, the different options and things that I offer. Because if you're watching and you know me, I always got something for you. Whether it's an affiliate link, a program, a service, I got you. But it's because I really believe in the underdog. I believe in the entrepreneur. And I believe that, listen, if you knew where I was 5 years ago and you know where I'm at today, you know that there is a God and that he is real and he answers prayers. And that's my why, is because I am not who I used to be. And I'm in a place where, and I'm not ashamed of it. That's the other thing too, is like, some people that come from that background, and now they're, walking in their greatness, and they're doing their, whatever they always thought they could do, is they kind of shy away from where they were at one point. And the one thing I want to leave anybody is that you can do it. You can make it. Don't give up. As you see right there, never give up. Boom. Hustle, grind, execute. Like, yo, you can be a business owner and entrepreneur. Like, yo, I'm telling you, you can if you believe it. But you have to know that it is something that you're going to have to go after. Shout out to Lexi Matos. If you're watching, shout out Lexi Matos. It's my wife's cousin, a good friend, another mentor of mine, another really good friend. This was last year in the summer. I said, hey, cousin, you know, what's up? I'm doing my thing with the videos, the drones. What's up? Like, you know, can I get a shot? And she gave me more than a shot. She gave me the whole bag. She said, nah, just become an agent because you were made for this. And I'm like, what? Like, me become an agent? Are you serious? Like, no, I'm good. She was like, no, I'll give you the information. It's not as hard as you think. Just like debunking the whole first time buying a home myth. Like, it's a myth. People they're not educated. And it's our duty and responsibility as professionals in this field to educate them that they can do it. They can buy a house. They can become an entrepreneur. And it was that day where, you know, I just felt a newness over my life because somebody on the outside that had nothing to do with my intermediate family said, I believe in you. I see you can do it. You can do it. And it sparked something. So we don't even know the weight of our words and the power that's in them. And that's why one of the things that I love about Jesse is he's so uplifting, inspiring, like he's really like a genuine person, like outside of being a rock star realtor. Like, you know, I'm building the team. I'm training some guys. He was all for it. Like, yo, bring them in. You know, I'll give them some nuggets. You know, he was motivating them, encouraging them. And like, it's like, yo, that's the community atmosphere that JBM is all about. And that's how you know that if you partner with JBM in any type of services, whether it's social media or just content services, you're not just getting content, you're getting a community, you're getting a strategy, and you're getting people that are all for community. Like I'm a little bit involved in the crypto space, and you know, don't talk about Dogecoin in the crypto space because they're all for it. It's a community. It's people that believe in it. I'm not bringing that up for controversy. I'm bringing that up because, man, I just lost some clients for that one, man. I just lost some clients. Come back, guys. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, like, that's how it is within this right here on this screen right here. Like, it's community, it's family, it's, you know, if you have a small business, reach out. We will hook you up with some good content, some good marketing material. Listen, we will get you on a live session with Jesse as a business coach, giving you some solid information. Like, he's all for it. Like, when we got on this call, I said, hey, one of my other mentors, Starkie's on the call. Like, you know, do you mind? He's like, do I mind? I'm all for it. And that's the community that we're building over here. On this side, with whatever this is, man, we got to come up with a name for our tribe, man, because your vibe attracts your tribe. So listen, man, I don't want to keep you guys too long, and I don't want to lose any viewers. I'm absolutely excited right now. If you guys can't tell. Hey, yo, what's your son's name?
What's your name, Owen?
OWN?
Yep. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yo, do you know that your dad is amazing?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah, he said, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we are on here. We're live in front of the whole world, man. And we're talking about how great your dad is and how awesome you're going to be one day.
You know, I know you put, you're doing a video right now, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know where it's going? Where's it going?
On YouTube.
It's one of the places, absolutely.
My man.
On the internet.
On the internet, yep.
Dad, if you can look Daddy up, you can look Jesse up on the internet.
That's good. You're already marketing. That's good.
Yep.
What?
It's great. This is what we're talking about. And you fit right in, my man.
Right in.
And it's so exciting because, you know, my wife's due in about 7 weeks. So I'm going to have my firstborn, man. So I'm super excited for that, man, because and that's just one of those mind-blowing things that like everything great is happening, man. And it's like you just got to believe and support one another. Ain't that right, my brothers?
Can I say one last thing before you?
Please. We're going to wrap it up in 5 minutes because I don't want to lose anybody, and I feel like we had a good momentum. So go ahead, shoot for it.
Awesome. Go follow us on follow our nonprofit. Well, aspiring to be nonprofit, the Flash Love Movement, where we give over 20,000 pounds of food away weekly. It's all free. We are looking for new communities to partner with, new organizations, businesses, whatever the case is, people that have influence in the community. We want to make sure that we get the food to where it belongs, and that's in the homes of the people that need it the most. So, go follow us. We're on Instagram at the Flash Love Movement, or Flash Love Movement, whatever one, and then on Facebook as the Flash Love Movement, and we appreciate that.
I'm about to put a picture
right
of
now.
Instagram up.
Yeah. We just partnered with a new group this week, Philly Moms Helping Moms. So they're doing an event Saturday. So we're shipping out, we're getting 7 pallets of food and some baby supplies down there to give to the moms for free, man. This is going to be powerful. I'm excited.
I just followed.
Awesome. Thank you.
Listen, I'm trying to put the picture up real quick, but it's not coming. But all
you gotta do is
search
the pound sign. How you moving? You'll find it.
So we got the Flash Love movement. We got Starkie with Definite Marketing, whatever kind of designs, t-shirts, marketing material, because we're not going to limit it. He can do it all. Reach out to him. Then another thing we got going on with Just Bless Media, we are doing social media management with our partner company, AB Designs. Please look out. We haven't officially launched yet because it's on the back end. We got a whole lot of stuff going on, but we're taking on new clients. We're doing content. We're doing real estate video walkthroughs if you have a listing. And then another powerful thing we're doing is if you're a professional, if you're an entrepreneur and you need an update on your social with your headshots and your professional look, we actually have a studio in our office over there on Frankfurt. And we are, listen, Just Bless Media. The link is in the bio. We want to get you right so that you can make the most money and capitalize on today's market. And today's market is popping. You know what I mean? It's going on in whatever industry you're in, because it's about mindset, guys. Whatever industry you're in, the market's good. You just got to put in the work. And we're here for you as a resource. Just Bless Media, Definite Marketing, AB Designs, and then none other than Real Estate Matters, baby. You know what I mean? Jesse, he's killing the marketing, the branding, the videos. And, we're honored to work with such a great company as well, because we know you do way more than just real estate transactions. You do flips. You know what I mean? You do a lot of other things. I don't even know.
Your videos are funny, man. Jesse, your videos are hilarious. I'm like, this is genius. That. Yeah, this is genius right here. It was the corny, he threw the corn. Oh, the too corny. All right.
Listen, I a lot of people hit me up, and I realized the stupider they are, the better they are.
Yeah, no, genius.
Get words from here.
Yes, genius.
and see, that's the thing. Even with that, Jesse has his own audience, he has his own following, but we bring it in and we put it across more people. So we have other people looking and they're like, man, I like this guy. Because when you partner with Just Bless Media, you're partnering with a community of entrepreneurs. So get with us, because it's a community, it's a movement. Don't get left. That's the Flash Love movement. If you didn't follow, but listen, get with us, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and just let us know if you like today's show. We want to start doing it more, but we want to see what you think. Any last words, gentlemen?
I'm just excited for the energy that you guys are putting off. And I love fellow entrepreneurs doing well, doing what we love. And I love the inspiration that you're giving and the motivation. I love it all, man. It's good things. And I feel confident that tomorrow, because of this, I'll be better than I was today.
Awesome. We shutting down the whole internet tonight, guys, because we just changed lives tonight, man. And it's crazy because there's going to be people that watch this that we don't even know, because this is streaming live right now. But there's going to be people that say, hey, I want to see what they were talking about. And they're going to put it on, and their lives are going to be impacted because they know that we are authentic and that we actually care. So get with us, guys, man. I'm so thankful to have Jesse and Starkie on today's show. And I think I might just, if you guys dare me to do another episode, man, I might just have to,
Sounds like it's already happening.
Yeah.
Woo! We got to get Joe McCabe on here. I got some.
He's already
questions
in.
for him.
I'm signing up on his behalf.
Woo! Come on, baby. Listen, get with the movement, baby. We're here. It's community, family, team. We're in it. We're better together. Collaboration over competition. Let's go. Have a good night, guys. I'll talk to you guys on the other side. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. All right.
Hey.
Peace.